Starting a business can be overwhelming, especially when choosing the right structure for your needs. In this video, we'll be breaking down the cost of starting a sole proprietorship, LLC, and S-Corporation, so you know which one is the most affordable. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of which business type makes the most financial sense. When it comes to starting a business, one of the first decisions you'll need to make is choosing a business structure. Each structure, sole proprietorship, LLC, and S-Corporation, has its pros and cons. But today, we're going to be focusing specifically on the costs involved with starting each type. While price shouldn't be your only deciding factor, understanding financial commitments that come with these types of entities are helpful to make an informed decision. The first entity we'll be talking about today is a sole proprietorship. This is the cheapest and simplest option. If you're looking for the most affordable way to start your business, a sole proprietorship is the cheapest option. That's because it doesn't require any formal setup. Interestingly enough, as soon as you start conducting business activities, you're automatically technically referred to as a sole proprietor. There's no need to file any paperwork to establish your business entity at the state or federal level, which keeps the initial cost extremely low. You'll still need to handle basic business tasks, such as registering your business name if you don't want to operate under your personal name. In many states, filing for a doing business as, or DBA for short, will cost you anywhere between $10 to $100, depending on your local government's requirements. Some states may also require you to obtain a business license or other permits depending on your industry. These fees vary greatly depending on the location and are typically minimal for sole proprietors. Another factor to consider is that while there's no cost to form a sole proprietorship, it doesn't offer any legal distinction between the owner and the business. As a result, the owner is personally responsible for all debts, liabilities, and legal obligations that arise from the business. This means that if your business faces a lawsuit or accumulates debt, your personal assets, like your home or savings, could be at risk. For many small side businesses, this may not be a major concern, but it is a significant risk for anyone running a business with more potential liability. Ongoing costs for sole proprietorships are minimal. You won't need to file annual reports or pay franchise taxes like you would with an LLC or an S-Corp. However, you may need to pay self-employment tax. That's going to be about 15.3% of your overall earnings. This covers both Social Security and Medicare, which is higher than what you would pay as an employee, where half of those taxes are covered through the employer. While sole proprietorships offer simplicity and low cost, they don't offer personal liability or protection. This structure works well for freelancers, consultants, and hobbyists making small amounts of income. However, as your business grows, you might want to consider an LLC or an S-Corporation for added protections. Up next, we'll be looking at the limited liability company, or an LLC. With LLCs, you're going to have a lot more protection at a higher cost. A limited liability company offers more protection than just a sole proprietorship would, but it comes with bigger costs up front and ongoing annual fees. The main advantage of an LLC is that it separates your personal assets from your business assets, offering limited liability protection. This means that if your business is sued, your personal property, like your personal home or savings, won't be at risk. The LLC itself is legally responsible for the business, which provides a safety net for owners. The cost to form an LLC varies by state, but you can expect to pay between $50 and $250 to file your articles of organization with your state's Secretary of State office. Some states, such as California and Massachusetts, charge even higher filing fees, with California requiring $800 annual minimum franchise tax. This can make starting an LLC a bit more expensive compared to a sole proprietorship, especially in states with higher taxes and fees. In addition to initial filing fees, most states require LLCs to file annual reports or pay annual franchise taxes to remain in good standing. These costs range from $50 to several $100, depending on your state. For example, Texas has a franchise tax based on revenue that must be paid annually, while other states might only require a small fee to file an annual report. It's important to research your specific state's requirements before forming your LLC to understand the full cost. You'll also need a registered agent to receive legal documents on behalf of your LLC. Many business owners choose to hire a professional registered agent service, which typically costs between $100 and $300 per year. Some LLC formation services like Tailor Brands offer amazing deals and discounts when you get started with them. If you want to get started with Tailor Brands, I would highly recommend using the link down in the description. This is an essential service for businesses that don't want to have a fixed address or owners who don't want their personal address on public record. Tax flexibility is another key benefit of an LLC. By default, LLCs are taxed as pass-through entities, meaning the profits and losses of the business are reported on your personal tax return. Similar to a sole proprietorship, you will need to pay federal, federal, state, and self-employment taxes on all the profits of the business. While this is straightforward, it can become expensive, especially for businesses earning significant revenue. To address the self-employment tax issue, many LLC owners elect to have their LLC taxed as an S-corporation, which can help save on taxes. More on this in the next section. This election allows owners to pay themselves a salary and take the rest of the business earnings as distributions, which are not subject to self-employment tax. This can save business owners a substantial amount of money, especially as the business grows. Ongoing costs for LLCs include annual reports, franchise taxes, and registered agent services. In some states, you may need to file biennial reports depending on local laws. The administrative burden of an LLC is higher than that of a sole proprietorship, but it provides far more protection and potential tax savings. Up next, we'll be talking about S-corporations. An S-corporation, or S-Corp, is technically a tax designation, not a business structure, but many entrepreneurs choose this route for potential tax savings. To create an S-Corp, you first need to either form a corporation or an LLC, and then file Form 2553 with the IRS to elect S-Corp. This allows you to pass corporate income, losses, deductions, and credits through to shareholders for tax purposes, potentially saving you money on self-employment taxes. The costs associated with starting an S-Corp are generally higher than those for an LLC or sole proprietorship. First, you'll need to pay the fees for forming an LLC or corporation in your state. Once your LLC or corporation is set up, you'll need to file Form 2553 with the IRS to elect S-Corp. Fortunately, there's no cost to file this form, but you will need to follow specific IRS rules to ensure that your S-Corp is in compliance. One of the key advantages of an S-corporation is the potential for tax savings. As an S-Corp owner, you can pay yourself a reasonable salary and then take the rest of your business profits as distributions, which are not subject to self-employment tax. This can save you a significant amount of money, especially if you're a business and it generates substantial profits. For example, instead of paying 15.3% self-employment tax on the entirety of your business income, you can only pay the tax on that salary that you've designated for yourself. The rest is paid as distributions and is taxed at regular income rates without the additional self-employment tax. However, S-Corps come with additional administrative requirements, which can increase your overall costs. For example, you'll need to run payroll for yourself and any employees, which typically requires payroll software or a payroll service. These services can cost anywhere from $30 to $100 per month, especially depending on the size of your business. Additionally, you'll need to file quarterly payroll tax reports with the IRS and your state, adding to the complexity and ongoing cost of maintaining your S-Corp. S-Corps also require more formalities than LLCs or sole proprietorships, such as holding annual shareholder meetings, maintaining corporate minutes, and issuing stock. If you're the sole owner of the S-Corp, this might seem excessive, but it's necessary to maintain your S-Corp's legal status and protect your personal assets. While these administrative tasks can seem cumbersome, they're essential to maintaining compliance with both the IRS and state regulations. The biggest advantage of an S-Corp is its tax efficiency. For example, if your business is generating significant revenue, paying yourself a reasonable salary while distributing the remaining profits can lead to substantial savings in self-employment tax. Over time, the tax savings can far outweigh the cost of setting up and maintaining your S-Corp, making it a smart choice for businesses with higher profits. If you guys want to get started with an LLC, a sole proprietorship, or an S-Corp, make sure to use Tailor Brands with a link down in the description. When you guys click that link, you'll be taken to a page that looks like this. As you can see, you can start your LLC for $0 plus your state fee. You simply choose what state you're planning on forming your LLC in, and then hit the Get Started button. Once you do that, they will then ask you a series of questions that you can go through to make sure that you have all of your proper information set up and correct. If you guys want to get started with an S-Corp, you can also do this through Tailor Brands, and it will cost you nothing on top of this. Other than that, though, that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like and hit that sub button. Also, make sure to comment down below what you guys think about these entities and whether or not you're planning on starting one. Also, keep in mind that when you use the link for Tailor Brands, you are supporting the channel, so thank you in advance. Other than that, though, I'll see you in the next video.